a lot of the conspiracies are out in the open.
Yeah.
The World Economic Forum.
Yes.
Let's have at Davos all these billionaires, all these heads of state get together and tell you their ideas. You know what the World Economic Forum actually is? It's a status quo protection racket because they're doing just fine over there. They're the billionaires. You know, they're on top of the world. So all these ideas that they're floating out there, really, it's more like, let's keep what we got going because people are suffering as it is, right? I mean, I'm sure you've seen the Oxfam numbers about income and wealth inequality, that the richest 26 people on the planet hold more wealth than the bottom 50% of the world combined. That's the conspiracy. Wow. It's right fucking there. It's right here.
Isn't that just a factor of the rich get richer? Like, no matter what happens, when people develop exorbitant amounts of wealth and then they just keep going, they have, like I just saw that Elon gained $9 billion over the last week or something like that because stocks go up. Like that kind of stuff can just accumulate and pile up.
Yeah, well, that's why, look, for a lot of U.S. history, we had a progressive tax system where the more you made and the more wealth you had, the more you were taxed on that. And so that's an attempt to do redistribution to give people at the bottom a reasonable shot. It's saying, okay, we're going to run a 100-yard dash here.
Where's the money going? The problem is, where's the money going, and who gets to decide?
Back in the New Deal days, when we had FDR in power, that money went to jobs programs and went to infrastructure and went to unemployment insurance, went to actually help people. What you're concerned about, which I think you're right to be concerned about, is a lot of that money. There was a report that just came out. The Pentagon can account for 59% of the money it's received.
That's not a lot. They still have 41% that they know where it is.
It's literally trillions of dollars gone.
I'm a glass half full guy.
And then,
or 41% full.
I'm sure you remember, too, when Biden did probably one of the best things he did, which is pull out of Afghanistan, the fucking meltdown from the media, the fucking meltdown from the military-industrial complex. They were attacking him over and over from the perspective of, what are you doing? Why are you leaving? This is crazy. You sure you want to do that? Look at all the chaos that's happening. Oh, my God, you might want to go back in. That was the perspective. The perspective wasn't the Afghanistan report that had come out a few years ago, which showed that we literally wasted trillions of dollars, and our own generals on the ground were like, we don't know what the fuck we're doing here anymore.
Yeah.
Like, what are we even doing here?
I think the real concern was protecting the Americans that were left behind and protecting the people that worked with the Americans, you know, the people that helped them, because they were all murdered.
Yeah, tens of thousands of them, of the, Afghan people who helped us, did end up getting left behind.
And they're tortured and murdered. I mean, there's some horrific stories from some of my friends who were over there aiding in the extraction of American citizens that were stuck there. The way it was done was very scary.
So here's the issue with that, though. Like, I don't know. It was always going to be this messy when you get out.
I don't know if that's true.
I do think it's true because there's so much money invested in staying over there.
Yes.
I mean, there's Raytheon, Boeing, Halliburton,
Yes.
all these people are making so much money staying there. And I guarantee you, not a single staffer of Biden's was telling him, hey, you're right about this. They were all telling him, don't do it. Don't get out. You're causing a political headache for yourself. And he did because the media hammered him and then his approval rating dropped, even though that was an issue where if you polled people beforehand, like 60, 70, 80% of the country was like, yeah, we need to get out of Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So it's one thing where he actually stood up to the deep state. He stood up to the military-industrial complex, and then he got shit on relentlessly for it. I understand it was a mess, but the alternative is staying there 10 more years, 20 more years, 30 more years. I mean, we got our infrastructure is crumbling here. Why are we spending trillions of dollars over there?
Yeah, I don't think anybody reasonable disagrees with that. I think the reasonable perspective is, was there a way to get those American citizens out first?
Yeah.
And should that have been done?
A lot of them did get out. Jamie, if you could look this up if you want. I remember that. So the worst thing that happened was the attack as we were leaving. There was some like ISIS attack on an airport. And then what Biden did was super fucked up because he said, oh, we're going to attack them back. And he did a drone strike on a house and said, oh, we got the ISIS guys. And then it came out that was all, they were innocent civilians.
Yeah.
They just bombed innocent civilians.